What's up, Pokemon Go trainers? Welcome to episode 190 of LURED Up, the podcast where we take Pokemon Go way more seriously than we do ourselves. LURED Up is part of the Pokemon Professor Network, and today, it's Tuesday, August 10th, 2021. I'm your co-host, Adam Tuttle, joined by my host, Ken Pescatore. I just stole his thunder.
He just started reading it. I was like, what's he going to do when it says my name first? Adam, you got some gusto today? You've broken out of your empty shell? Was it in fact just a phase?
No. Being emo is never a phase.
It's not a phase, Mom.
It's not a phase, Mom. It's my life.
Oh, how are you, man? What's going on?
I'm doing good. I'm doing great. Working
That's
a bunch.
Good. Yeah. Work is good. Good problem to have.
Fighting some Heracross.
Why?
Because I'm trying to get the pink bug. No.
You didn't? You still?
No.
Oh, ooh.
No, and that's with using my 2 free raid passes.
Oh my gosh, have you been good with it?
Oh my gosh, I've been like okay with it. At least getting the 1 in.
All right, well.
I can't help if there's not another Heracross raid. If I've only seen 1 on my entire way home, I can't do anything about that.
Yeah, oh, you got that rural life, yo.
Yeah.
I don't got that. I don't got that problem. I got 99 problems, but lack of raids ain't one. All right, well, we'll recap the week, including our first week with the Ultra Unlock Part 2. It's been pretty good for me. Follow up on Niantic's response that we touched on last week. We recorded that little bumper that was kind of like later in the week, and we gave our hot takes. So now we've had some time to settle in on Niantic's response, so we'll get to our extended feelings on that. And while we may want Niantic to put a focus on Pokemon Go, it seems that they have a lot of other things happening, like acquiring a new 3D mapping company and writing what might be an evil supervillain's like manifesto before he takes over the world. So it should be really interesting to talk about, Adam.
I am so excited.
Good. Let's talk about Ultra Unlock 2.
Well, let me just start that I'm drinking like some coconut water versus my per usual coffee. So
does that do something to you?
Well, I'm just going to get hydrated, properly hydrated. So I'm going to be...
Instead of dehydrated.
Yeah. So this is a hydration podcast?
Coffee is based on water. So then it's like, how am I not drinking water? Because I drink like 40 ounces of coffee a day. It's so bad. It's so bad. Yo, I'm a Dunkin' snob, son. I need Dunkin'. It's so good. Anyway,
this podcast does not run on Dunkin's, okay?
This was an interesting week. Feelings are all over the place. Emotions are all over the place. People's sentiments are all over the place. And with Pokemon Go being the live service beast that it is, it must press on. And Part 2, the Ultra Unlock, started back on the 6th. We still have a week left of it by the time by the time of this recording. Part 2 is definitely a different feel than Part 1.
For sure.
This is really weird because like the community sentiment clearly has been negative. Like everyone's still upset. Everyone's still down. Like we knew that this drawn out time between their response and September 1st would kind of suck, but the overall sentiment has been, active. Like people are playing the game. So like the Discord channels have been blowing up. People are doing raids, like Palkia raids, Heracross raids are everywhere. Unknown raids are still being done in our community. And, I picked up like the $20 of Pokecoins, 2,500 Pokecoins, whatever, to just use on remote raids this week because like people are raiding. So, I've had a really good time doing remote raids. I've done every Palkia, Heracross, or whatever that I get sent. Kangaskhan I've been raiding. So it's like
I've only done $10.
$10. Okay.
Yeah.
So you are. I was going to ask
not that I really wanted to, but it's like.
Well, you clearly wanted to because you did it. If you didn't want to, you wouldn't have done it.
You're right. I should just stop while I was ahead.
I actually got kind of lucky because, I had referred I started a new job last month, and I had referred a bunch of the employees to get back into Pokemon Go, and they all accepted. So I'm getting tons of like referral rewards right now. So it's like I'm getting incense, I'm getting incubators, like I'm getting raid passes. Like it's awesome. So I was like, dude, so I'll just
Must be
invest
nice.
$20 and I'll just put it into remote raid passes. Yo, son, go get some people to play and do some basic stuff. Within like a week's worth of gameplay, you can get some solid
I can't.
rewards.
They're all mad.
They're all mad. We don't even play this game, and fuck that game.
Do people even play that game anymore?
If they did, they should quit.
It was so last week.
To recap the Unlock 2, we don't have to spend a lot of time on it. Palkia 5 stars, Kangaskhan and Heracross 3 stars, Unknown in 1 stars, regional forms all over the place. We had the actual Durant, Heatmore regionals themselves there. That was cool. We had both forms of Basculin and Shellos. We also had Munna, Elgium, and a couple others in the wild. There was a timed research. It was super easy. Nothing really to talk about there. Adam, how's your week been? Especially coming off the fact that you were so emo, the past 2 weeks. Like what? Where you at? Where you at?
This event, why didn't they just call it the Ghost event? Like, I feel
There's
like
a lot of Ghastly.
There's a lot of Ghastly. There's a lot of Duskull. Like, I just don't understand why we have Ghost Pokemon. Like, I get that we have, like, Psychic Pokemon, but I don't know why we have Ghost Pokemon.
Yeah, Alakazam
and it's really
raids.
it's really like I opened up the game and it's like 3 Duskulls.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of
sometimes
Duskull
4
also.
or 5. It's kind of ridiculous. And it's like,
I don't know.
Maybe a Heatran or not a Heatran, a Heatmore, sorry.
Does Duskull have some relationship to like outer space in any way? Like, does it?
Yeah,
come
it's
from
like I've seen
a
less of
space
Elgium
ghost?
and more of like Duskull and stuff. Like it's almost like
Elgium's the rare one for sure.
Yeah, which is fine. But like also Durant and Heatmore feel just as rare.
I'm seeing
and it's like
more
a million
Heatmore and
Basculin,
Durant
which is fine.
Yeah. Well, is it like, which is fine, like the dog sitting in the fire with the coffee cup, like, or is it actually fine?
It's actually fine. That's fine.
Okay. All right. See, I like the rarity of Heatmore and Durant, and the Shellos as well. Like I'm done with the Shellos. Like I don't give a fuck. They're not shiny or whatever, so I'm not gonna repeatedly catch them if I have an option to catch a Heatmore or Durant in their stead. But I think the balance of all the spawn pool has been pretty good. But yeah, I was the same way. I was like, why are there ghosts? Like that's kind of weird.
Yeah, it's
what
not even
catches
spooky
like?
time.
What has your shiny luck continued? Like how you haven't got the shiny Heracross.
Well, I did get a shiny Weedle.
Yes,
but that was not exciting at all.
That's very exciting. It's a Weedle.
It's a Weedle.
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 Yeah, and this is where I was going to ask you if you spent money, but you already said you spent $10, so that's not bad. What's your take on like not Heatmore and Durant like actual regionals, but the regional forms, like seeing the Shellos, seeing the?
It feels almost like
like
it's a shiny. I can't explain it other than that.
Like we had Shellos
Spotlight Hour
today, the blue one.
Yes,
and it was like, I just think it loses its impact a little bit. You're like, okay, there's so many of them. Like this isn't special anymore. I got my soft dex entry because it's not going to count as a dex entry if you have the your regional, and I don't know. They went quicker. I'd much rather go for Heatmore and Durant, the actual regionals. Yep. All right. Well, you've been playing though. That's the thing I really want to get at.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay. All right. Good. And that's the thing. It's like I don't think the community, or at least our community, is playing like begrudgingly. But I do think they're just, they're still like burned. Their ass is still chapped. But like we've talked about over the past couple shows, we're not going to let that stop us from playing the game. We do love the game. We do enjoy the game. So it's like, yeah, things could be better, but, el show must go on. All right, so let's talk about the actual response because we kind of brushed over it a little bit last week with that bumper. And I'll quickly recap the letter. It said, "Dear community, thanks for writing in please check your Wi-Fi signal. It said
oh, that's perfect.
It said pretty much what it said is they hear us and they're developing the task force. I love the task force. I just think of like Team America World Police. Like, I don't know why I can't like it's just hot, just fucking like breaking someone's door down. Like, we're the fucking task force, motherfucker. Like, show me your spawns. But like, they're developing a task force. That's designed, and these are the words: preserve their mission of inspiring people to explore the world together, while also addressing specific concerns that have been raised regarding interaction distance. Okay. They also mentioned that we're going to get our next update on September 1st. So, Adam, I ask you, how much of this is like corporate doublespeak, and how much of this do you feel is like positive and honest? Because I think once people had time to reflect on what was said, people were still confused at the end of it. Like, did we just learn anything? Or like what we talked about last week, was it literally just like a bunch of words?
It was a word scramble. It was like, hey, we're making this announcement because you forced our hand, and end of story.
If we didn't respond, we'd be doubly asshole.
Yes, exactly.
Oh shit! But having some time to like reflect on it and read it and all that kind of stuff, like, does it have any impact on you now, more so that when you first read it, or is it like, it's still just the same, kind of not feel so good BS feeling?
Kakapupu?
Yeah, shit.
Yeah.
A lot of people think like that. A lot of people just like, fuck that letter. It's like, that shit, it didn't answer shit. Like, they didn't do anything. And this is what bothered me a little bit. That people were like, just tell us something. Like, give us a sign, let us know you're listening. Hear us, Niantic. Like, just tell us that the update is there's no update. And then Niantic does respond. And it's like the same people that were like, just tell us anything, are like, don't tell us that. Like, not like that. It's like
anything but that.
I know. And it's like, you were just asking for anything. They gave you the anything, and it's not good enough. But I've looked in, I've read this many times. I've tried to wear different like perspective hats on. All right, let me read it as the Niantic executive. Let me read it as a Niantic like developer. Let me read it like, a community member, as a content creator, like all these different hats, and like, how does this messaging come off, right? So my position, like I said last time, was I think that this was the best possible thing they could have done for their position, because they put out an announcement and it doesn't really say shit, but it does. The more I read it, I was like, well, wait a second. They're committing here. They're actually committing. So it's like, we kind of have to be okay with trusting the process. And that's not the Kool-Aid. I'm not saying drink the Kool-Aid here. I'm just saying they're putting action into place. I'm confident that will happen. And we're going to get some answers by September 1st. So it's like, then it comes down to, well, is it that they're not saying anything, or is it that I'm more upset with their timeline? And I think that's what it comes down to. People wanted a quicker turnaround of things. Like, they wanted that response to be, here's the resolution. And we didn't get it. We didn't get any resolution. We got, maybe we'll have a resolution on September 1st. That's pretty much where we're at.
Maybe. If you're lucky. If you're lucky, trainers.
I want to talk about
September
the
1st
task force.
be a change.
Let's talk about the task force. Like, do you picture like do you think they have uniforms?
They have to. At least they have buttons. They have buttons.
Niantic, fuck yeah. It's like Team America, dude. I can't stop. Like I want them to have like pilot suits, like onesies, like
the Avengers, like their
like
white
Luke
suits.
Skywalker when he flies the X-wing, like a fucking jumper, like oh. But I just picture them like kicking the door down, or like going to like a park where people play Pokemon Go, and like someone's driving. There's like a group of people in a car playing Pokemon Go. They like rip the doors open, like rip them out of the car,
like the Hulk. Ugh, get out of the car and walk.
So what do what's your take on specifically them calling it a task force? And like, what does this mean? Like, what? What? It's like, I love it. I love it.
My response or my thoughts on it is just, that's awful.
But all right, in your heart of hearts, like, do you think Niantic actually
in my
cares?
jellies? Is this
in
where
your
we're
jellies? In your jellies, do you think Niantic cares, or is this just like the corporate cover up?
I think it's a corporate cover up.
Oh fuck! It's on, dude. I love this. This is great. This is great. See, it's like you're very pessimistic right now. I'm very optimistic right now. So I appreciate that. But a lot of people think like you. And like very, very few people think like me. And it's like, I hope that in the end, we could bridge the gap between all of it, because that's like what it all comes down to, is being able to bridge the gap of like expectation and execution. This is what I expect, but this is how I need it executed. Everybody has those, the community, the influencers, the creators, the company, the developers, the executives, like they all have their own fucking vision. It's like, all right, well, how can we bridge that gap between everybody's fucking vision? This isn't like a game that you sell and you put it on the shelf and you walk away and the development cycle is done. Like, this is not that. So the community has to be a part of that ecosystem, and especially the development cycle. So it's like everyone's vision is valid, and how do we draw it all together? Because when I read this, I'm like, man, like, Did a dude in a suit that never played Pokemon or doesn't know what Pokemon is or doesn't care about Pokemon, did he approve this?
He's like is this a Digimon? Ugh.
Oh, is this a Draconius? Is this one of them newfangled Draconiuses?
Did they use the dang fangled the Treasure-Chess? The Treasure-Chess?
I don't know, man. Now, here's another angle. Like, the timing of not having Liz George, right, at Niantic, how do you think that is going to impact this whole fucking shebang? Because she was like the community voice. She's not there. Who's the community's voice right now? Well, they said it's going to be this group of influencers that they use to speak directly with the leadership. I hope so.
It's Arceus.
We're actually going to have a meeting with Arceus. Arceus will see you now. He's like, it's Arceus, motherfucker.
And it's actually John Hanke's like Pokemon.
No, it's like in fucking Detective Pikachu, John Hanke's wearing the little, psychic fucking headband controlling Arceus. Talking through him and shit. No, but like, think about Liz. Like, how, I don't know. She was the voice, man. Like, she was literally our funnel. She literally had, open end of funnel pointed at us and the small end of the funnel pointed at Niantic. Like, that's what it was like. So, this is going to be fucking interesting. But I just don't think I think for some, the letter over time has made them feel better or feel worse. And it seems like, you're not cutting through the bullshit that is what you feel this letter is, right?
Right.
Yeah, fuck it. A lot of people think like that, man. I don't blame you. You got, someone sucker punched you. It's like someone else in the community. I don't know. Someone in the Discord said, "Hey, I agree with Adam." They were talking about, they're like, it literally like is someone took the wind out of my fucking sails and I just stalled. So I get you. So, like I said at the top of the show, we'd hope that Niantic's focus is on Pokemon Go and fixing this and all that. We got a blog post after all. However, it seems like Niantic has other plans. Now that sounds nefarious, and it may not be, but they had like a run of additional blog posts on the Niantic Labs site that were pretty interesting to me. So just like how the excitement of Pokemon Go's like upward cycle after GoFest, things were good. That was all stifled by the interaction distance shit happening, temporary bonuses going away, and seeing articles and blog posts like this, they kind of put a cloud over Niantic's efforts in Pokemon Go, and they're promoting things that are going on elsewhere. And it's like, well, it seems like the attention should be on Pokemon Go right now, but the machine must roll on. So that's kind of like a realization, like, all right, Niantic kind of has their own trajectory and intentions for their brand, and Pokemon Go almost feels like it's getting left behind, which is ironic since Pokemon Go fuels all of it. You know what I mean? And has fueled everything. But I have the foresight that I can look beyond the current shit in Pokemon Go.
Can you though? Can you?
Sure. I sure can, because I know Pokemon Go could be good. Pokemon Go has been good. Pokemon Go has been bad. If it's bad right now, it could get good.
I mean, think about it on day one. I mean, come on.
Bro, how bad was the game? How much fun did you have? That's
a lot.
Okay, see, that's what I'm saying. I had fun fucking playing the game this week. It's like, they think they can coexist. But it's absolutely tough to get excited with announcements like this. Because normally we talk about the tech stuff on the show and we dig into it. But now it's kind of clouded. Just like we were excited about GoFest and it got clouded by the interaction distance. All right, well, now Niantic is doing some cool shit, and that gets kind of stifled by what's going on with Pokemon Go. It's just an interesting full circle. But they announced the acquisition of Scaniverse, a leading 3D mobile scanning app and company. Now, there's a video on the blog. You have to watch it. Adam, I had you watch it right before we started the show. It's pretty fucking cool. And the app uses AR to real-time map 3D objects, right? But the objects can then be like cut out of the image in 3D as a 3D model, manipulated, resized, rotated, moved, all that shit. It's fucking real cool. Really, really cool tech, all in an app. And it's very clear that this can have like significant impact into Niantic's like plan for their real world mapping, because Pokestop scanning, all that stuff, it plays right into Pokestop scanning. And they state that large scale mapping efforts can lead to simultaneous Pokemon habits, digital characters walking with us through the real world, and like friends leaving notes in the real world in locations that other people can find later on. What that tells me is like persistent AR. Think of your daily spawn, right? You get your daily spawn, you don't catch it, you go out, go to work, you come back home, your fucking daily spawn is still there. So picture me being able to drop items on the ground. So I drop a potion on the ground, and then another trainer is on with their handset pointed at that location. They see the item that I dropped because it has persistent AR between devices. That's what they're talking about here. That's fucking cool as shit. Like, this is a great announcement. This is really neat. But for the moment, ignore that negative cloud that I talked about with, like, Niantic being under because of everything with Pokemon Go. But how fucking cool is this?
What negative cloud?
Okay, that's what I'm talking about. Like, so let's remove the negative cloud. Like, this is some cool shit.
I'm supposed to respond to that?
Yeah, but how do you get excited about it, right?
I'm just looking at the cloud overhead.
So you're stuck in the shit cloud. You can't see past the shit cloud.
It's more like a smog. I don't know if it's good for the environment or not.
Wheezing, you shit cloud. It's super effective.
Is this Galarian wheezing?
No, but like, it's hard to kind of
that's
enjoy
really
this,
cool.
right?
I watched the video and it seems legit. It seems like something we could really see come to light
in the game, right?
Yeah. No, I mean, I felt like if the app like cross merged or somehow like merged together, it could be phenomenal.
Well, they say in the article that the app will remain a standalone app, so it's not like their app is going away, but that doesn't necessarily mean that tech can't trickle into Niantic's Lightship, So that's what's cool about it. But I don't know, like trainers already hate Pokestop scanning. You know what I mean? Does this like rub salt in that wound? Does it like reopen the Pokestop scanning wound to talk about this shit?
Yeah, I forgot I had a Pokestop that I scanned, and I just forgot about it for a really long time.
Like you didn't upload it?
No. And then it
Have
went
you
away.
been uploading your raid data? I've been doing that every week.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, you have, because if you go in the settings, you have your, you can upload your raid log your data log. I've been sending my info like a good robot to Skynet every week.
I don't think I do that now.
All right. But I don't know.
I'm not as cool or hip as you.
So say, we were just talking about does Pokemon Go feel like it's being left behind on this journey, right? And the end result of this kind of tech could be awesome for Pokemon Go. My question to you is, do you think Niantic is even thinking of Pokemon Go when it comes to this tech, or are they thinking forward, right? It does feel like Niantic's getting left behind.
Or Pokemon Go.
I mean, Pokemon Go is getting left behind. Right.
Yeah.
It's weird. I don't know if you just feel that way because of the shit cloud, you know? I just don't know. Because normally I think we would be so fucking fired up to talk about this shit. Because like when they acquired like 60IO, we were like, fuck, this tech is amazing. Look at this real world mapping. Now it's another real world mapping company, but that actually lets you like move the assets around. Like, it's fucking amazing. Map like a bench, and it's like, all right, well, that bench is temporary. Don't worry, we can remove that bench. Boom. Like, how cool is that?
That's sick.
I don't know. But I just, it bugs me because we all know the revenue that Niantic has made, which good on them. They have a successful product, but it all came from fucking Pokemon Go. So that being said, you'd hope that some of that money would make its way back into Pokemon Go. It just doesn't feel like that, especially with all the issues. So where's this money going? Oh, it's going to acquire companies like fucking, Scaniverse.
Listen, you know what really bugs me? No shiny
You're gonna make a
Heracross.
Heracross joke. I knew it. I knew you were about to say something with Heracross. I fucking knew it. I knew it. So,
did you knew it?
I did knew it. I got the shiny Heracross, dude. Just will.
Dude, come on.
I know, man. But I've done more than 10.
I've done more than 10.
I thought you said before you did 10.
No, I spent $10.
Oh, you spent 10. Okay.
Yes, I've done all my free raid passes that I could, and I've done whatever that equates to in Pokecoins.
Okay. All right. Good. All right. Okay. Well, I say we take a little break. When we come back, we'll talk about John Hanke's, I don't know, man. He's on some other over there shit. That's all I can say. It's an interesting blog post that I don't want to say it's the wrong time for. I don't think there's ever a right time. Like, it's fucking far out, but it's hilarious and I love it. And we'll talk about that. Got a couple listener emails, and then we'll wrap this shit up. What do you say?
Sounds like a plan.
All right, we'll be back right after this. And we're back.
Hey, we're back. Did you hear?
I heard. Hi, everyone. Thank you for that break. I appreciate it. A little housekeeping to get through. Yep, little housekeeping before we get to the end of the show. This podcast is powered by Patreon. Please check ours out over at patreon.com/Pokemon Professor, where you can support this show for as little as $1 a month. And that $1 will get you access to our patron exclusive Discord, which is a fantastic place filled with fantastic people. And all patrons are eligible to participate in our monthly Pokemon Go and TCGO prize tournaments. Registration is in the Discord. We hope to see you there. Next Friday, this Friday, the 13th, we have both tournaments kicking off. Pokemon Go, we're doing a Great League Draft tournament. It's going to be fun as shit. $50 prize. And our TCGO is standard format, $75 prize, plus a Champions Path ETB, thanks to Mythical Hitch. So,
wow.
Hot shit going on.
Exciting.
With the tournaments. Huge thank you to our gym leader tier patrons. Absolutely Ryan, Dig Dug Rob, Grant Jamal, JD Mojo, Jojo, Magikarp Diem. Magikarp Diem's alias is Mythical Hitch. Sharkfin, Talon, Tish, TN Comics Wiz, and William. Thank you so much for your support. And a huge thank you to our executive producer, Paul Bhatt. All right, Adam, are you ready to get into this fucking blog post that is like a little bit from outer space?
I am out of this world excited.
Did you read it? Did you make it through?
I didn't even read it. I'm going to be honest. You sent me that link, and I just scrolled through it and was like, no way,
Like,
no way.
Is this fiction?
You know
It's
when you like
fucking-
read the first line and then you read like the next paragraph's first line, you're like, all right, I'm done. That's what happened.
It's pretty interesting, right? Blog post dated today says, the metaverse is a dystopian nightmare. Let's build a better reality. And I'll skip ahead and say that this is signed John Hanke, right? So this is, who knows if he wrote it? I don't know. It seems like he wrote it, and it makes me think that he's, I don't know, an evil villain in the best way. It's fucking hilarious. So, by the sounds of this, he may actually want to take over the world. Like that might actually be the plan here. And it's like I said, the post itself is out of place. It's out of time, but I don't know. John Hanke explains how, like, his take on merging technology and humankind and how his vision of that would not result in the dystopian nightmares that we would see in sci-fi or in movies and books, but instead a world where technology is being used to make core human experiences better, not replace those core human experiences. So it's a pretty far out fucking post. And it talks about Lightship. It talks about, you could start to get his understanding, like his vision of what like map the world literally means and how he literally is building a metaverse, right? It's like cosmic fucking shit. And it talks about like GPS, how the building a metaverse, an AR metaverse, right, will allow for, and this is coming directly from it, digital wayfinding and coordination. Goes on to say that is being built in collaboration with their users, that's us, and it's much more accurate than satellite GPS. Meaning they'll ultimately be able to pinpoint a location in the world, not by having to triangulate satellites like our GPS does, but because they have scanned data from that location. So
Crazy.
they map it's a little crazy. It goes on. It talks about using computer vision to identify real world items, where it's like, all right, you scan a mailbox, you don't have to tell it that it's a mailbox. It would know because there's going to be a database of items and recognition software that the computer vision, quote unquote, will do on its own. That's fucking pretty neat. And this is where like things start to get really fucking weird. And the first time I read through it, I was like, yo, this dude's a fucking mad scientist. Second time I read it, I was like, I think he wants to take over the world. And then like the third time I read it, I was like, I may want to be like his henchman. Like that was my flow.
You want to be his Persian?
Yes, I want him to stroke me by fireside while he's sitting in his armchair. Yes, Ken. Yes. I'll just be like, yeah, John.
I see that.
Oh, all right. But here's where it gets really like Ready Player One. Did you see Ready Player One?
I have not.
Fuck! All right, well, for those that saw Ready Player One, you know what I'm talking about. But it talks about what he's calling reality channels, right? This would be done through wearables. We've talked about the Qualcomm deal before. We talked about the glasses. I've always said, sign me the fuck up. Give me the cybernetic eyeballs. Like, I'm all in on this shit. But reality channels, quote unquote, would allow, like, Pokemon to wander through the park, inhabit the world around them. Everything will be in sync, like it's all real time. A building can appear over a real life building in AR and have a different aesthetic. You can even see like other trainers' avatars over their physical being when you see them in real life. So I'm looking at you with my glasses.
I've got my Delibird. Oh yeah.
And you've got your Delibird shit on because it's you. And it identifies it's you. It has your location, and it could map that view from my eyeballs onto you because not only, remember, it was like they bought that company that can understand the depth and how that whole heat map and everything works with identifying 3D spaces in AR through this depth. Then they had the 60 AI company that said, all right, well, we can 3D map the entire room so that way you could fly and walk through it. So then you have the item that's being persistent being mapped by one bit of technology from a company they acquired, the environment being mapped by a different piece of technology, and then now the Scaniverse shit where it's like they can input shit into the world and have it be persistent because then they can 3D model into the AR. It's fucking far out, man. It's fucking crazy. But it gets interesting because he name drops like a shit ton of franchises. He's like, like Mario, Transformers, Marvel, Star Wars, Indiana Jones. He names a bunch. He says that could be a reality channel that you could literally turn on and off. Like making your like daily walk exciting because, I want to walk along with the Indiana Jones theme and fucking boop, you put on Indiana Jones and you see all that shit happening in the world around you. Because they know where every building is, where every tree is, where every whatever. That's the Ready Player One thing where it's like, oh yeah, that's what creates a dystopian future. And it's like, he starts with no dystopian future, and then it's like it ends with, and yes, we'll map the entire world so you can have another layer of reality on top of your own, and it will only enhance your core behaviors, not replace them. It's far out. So it's like, I read through this, and it's long as shit. So of course I'm leaving shit out. It's a fucking like mad scientist manifesto, but like I'm kind of here for it. That's like,
I think we're all here for it because we have to be.
Well,
we're all alive today. So
yeah, but if this is almost a thing where like if Elon Musk wasn't around, right? Would we have another SpaceX? Will we have a Boring Company? Will we have Tesla? Will we, if Steve Jobs wasn't around, would we have fucking Apple in its last iterations? If John Hanke wasn't around, would we have that future? Or is this literally this dude leading the fucking charge here? Like, that's what I think of when I think of this. And it's like, that's the scary shit where it's like the visionary, like, just like Ready Player One. It's fucking crazy. You got to watch Ready Player One tonight, dude. That's homework. You got to watch that shit.
I don't know if I can do that.
You got it. It's fucking great. It's on HBO Max. Anyway, what is your hot take after all of this? Like, even if you didn't read it, just hearing me run through it. Like, one, does the timing of the post feel off considering what's going on with Pokemon Go?
Yes, very off.
Right? Like, why now? Is it a distraction tactic, or was this something that was probably fucking put on the schedule weeks ago?
It was definitely something put on the schedule.
But why wouldn't they have the wherewithal to say, hey, maybe we hold on that announcement? I guess because they wouldn't be able, if they were going to hold it.
Because time marches on.
Right. They'd have to hold it till after September 1st. They ain't going to fucking do that. That's weeks.
That's weak sauce.
That is weak sauce. But can you picture this metaverse? This metaverse he's talking about where the world around you everywhere is mapped digitally. And then you could have some kind of experience through a wearable that would literally digitize the analog world around you, as long as that, for your vision. I don't know. Like, is that too much of an intrusion on your life? Like, would you want that level of like technological
imagine
immersion?
something like Disney World.
Okay, so isolated experiences. Not like, all right, I'm driving to work and I'm fucking in Mad Max, like that would be me.
All of a sudden it's Twisted Metal. Oh no.
Right. It's like,
what's Outlaw doing behind me?
No,
just crashing through buildings. No big deal.
No, you're right 100%. Like, picture like a ride like Soarin', or like Avatar, like that kind of shit. Yeah, though that sounds amazing. But that's not what they're talking about here. They're not talking about.
Why aren't they talking about this? It needs to be talked about.
Well, look, they want to map the entire world. Theme parks are in that world. So yes, they'll map the theme parks. But the point being, it's for the whole fucking world. You walk down to the street to the fucking moose in the sticks where you're at, and it's fucking mapped. And like Pokemon are darting in and out between the moose's legs. That's what they're talking about. Okay. Dude, I want to see you in your Delibird outfit.
I want to see me in my daily build
Like, yo, what's up, Adam? You're like actually naked, but I still see you clothed. So
Yeah, I'm
we're
literally
walking
wearing
down the
my
street,
birthday
dude.
suit.
We're like, yo, my clothes are dope. I got the new Team Rocket shit on, and it's like,
Yeah, but then people will be walking around with like in groups with that, being like, "Yo, we are a gang of Team Rocket."
Yo, that would be awesome. Rolling deep with a crew, everybody's rocking Team Rocket outfits and shit. Yo, that would be so
And
good.
they're like, "I challenge you to a battle."
It's the timing though. It just feels off. Like, again, how do I be excited about all this fucking madness? And like, yo, can we talk about, is John Hanke a mad scientist at this point?
No wonder why we have to defeat Team Go Rocket leaders. And we don't know who their boss is. Like, we think it's Giovanni, but we know who it really is now.
Damn.
Team
I don't know.
Hanke.
I'm kind of excited for reality channels, but I mean, I loved Ready Player One, but yeah, it's a dystopian future, but everyone's living in a fucking reality world. Oh, I don't know. It's so fun though. It's so fun just because it's so clinically fucking insane. Like, it's so nuts. I love it though. I fucking love it.
It's nuts.
Please, it's with nuts. Please read the article. It's long as hell, but it's a good read. It's very interesting.
Or if you just highlight it and then hit speak, that works too.
Oh man, yeah, that's good shit. No, but honestly, it's
text to speech. Sorry,
it's very. I don't know. It really feels like a madman wrote it, and I'm kind of here for it. But they talk about the world, the computer vision, like that shit it's currently in like R&D, like they're testing internally the Qualcomm glasses. That's how I want to play this game. Let me play this game with fucking wearables, with glasses, pass through sight glasses. That's what I'm talking about. Like the Qualcomm ones that they showed that are frameless on the bottom, and it's just a clear pane of glass. And it's not like, Oculus or anything like that, or even like the Snapchat spectacles or anything where it was like a little bit more closed in. Like, this shit is just like fucking regular glasses. So, but I don't like talking about it because, like, Pokemon Go is a piece of shit right now. It's all fucked. Everything's fucked. I don't know, Adam.
This is true.
I think we're forced to move on. I think we should move on. But we did get 2 emails.
We did?
One was literally as long as John Hanke's manifesto. And it was from Nice Dot Man. Thank you so much for writing in, but dude, your shit was long as hell. So I'll respond to you privately. You do make some good points here, but definitely too long to read in the show, but thank you for writing in. The next one, Adam, you want to read this one from I Slay Lawn Gnomes. What a name.
I Slay Lawn Gnomes. I feel like
So
I did
good.
some raids today. Says, question. Do you guys have a suggestion for someone whose first experience with Pokemon was with Pokemon Go on where to start watching the anime? I feel like we should answer that question before we move on.
Okay. Journeys.
Yeah. Journeys is a breath of fresh air, and it just feels so good.
But it's modern. It has all the regions, all the Pokemon, and coming out of Go, it will feel very at home because the character Go plays like a Pokemon Go trainer. He acts like a Pokemon Go trainer. So it's very, think about Indigo League, right? Pokemon the series, the first episodes. By, 30, 40 episodes in, Ash had like 3 or 4 Pokemon. And
which is just not enough.
Journeys,
standards.
Go catches like 197 Pokemon in the first fucking episode. He's just catching everything. It's like, wow, they really went for it. No, but he catches like a whole bunch of Pokemon. It feels like Pokemon Go. So I would start with Journeys, Master Journeys, which is the follow-up, which is coming out in September. So you have, a month and a half to watch all of Journeys, which is 48 episodes, and then you can go into Master Journeys, and that's probably the best flow.
Yeah, and then you can go backwards and then watch the first episode.
So, I mean, I'm watching Master Quest right now. I went all fucking out of order. I for Gotta Watch Them All, we're in Johto, the Johto Journeys arc, right? So we're still early. I'm watching Master Quest right now. I just got done watching Pokemon Advanced. So it's like I'm jumping all over the place and just like getting all different stories. And I'm like, I kind of like doing it like this. It doesn't need to be sequential for me. I just want the entertainment. But like, dude, in Master Quest, fucking Team Rocket as Delibird, what? So hot.
Yeah, I'm
hot.
holding out and waiting for that because I'm excited.
No, I Slay Law Gnomes, Journeys. It's on Netflix. I would do that.
The second part of it says the reason I have always wanted to watch some, but felt intimidated, overwhelmed by the amount of material out there, and just never knew where to start. The other day, some of the local players were talking about Hoopa, and I didn't know who he was. I was suggested to watch the anime, but again, just no idea where to start. So reaching out to some players with more experience than myself.
All right, here's a hot tip. If you want to watch legendaries, like stuff that includes legendaries, you go for the movies. The movies happen in a parallel universe.
At different times.
So the movies are kind of like their own tentpole, but there's a movie for Genesect, there's a movie for Hoopa. Yeah, like the legendaries are typically featured. So there's like a Genesect movie, a Volcanion movie, a Entei movie, this and that. So like there's a Hoopa movie. So if you want to learn about Hoopa, you could watch that movie. You learn about its forms and how it was unleashed and how its portals work. Like all that stuff is in the movie. So it's Hoopa and the Clash of Ages, right? That's what it's called. Yeah. So watch that one. But yeah, Journeys on the anime.
Yeah. Thanks for writing in.
Sure. Yeah, that's a good question. Good question. But Adam, that's it, man. A little bit of a shorter show. Not. There's no news. There's only like Pokemon Go adjacent news. Oh, there was one other thing. They announced a string of more in-person events throughout different cities. Like, not necessarily tying it to Pokemon Go. Last time when they did this, it was like a Go Fest thing. This is like a Niantic community thing. So there's a bunch of dates, a bunch of cities where there's going to be, experiences like photo ops and all
like
that
they're
kind of
just
stuff.
going to have some popcorn for you.
The cardboard cutout. But they say swag, so they might have some boots on the ground giving out stickers and shirts and shit. But those cities are all listed in a blog post. I'll link to it in the description so you can check it out. Just be fucking safe, obviously. Just because they're doing this, just because we're talking about it, it doesn't mean we're saying, hey, throw caution to the wind and go fucking stand in a group of people you don't know. No, don't do that. Be smart, be safe. But Adam, that's it.
That's it.
Yeah. But before we go, I do want to give a special shout to our show supporter tier patrons, Ace Trainers, Adrock, Alex, Andrew, Brian, Brittany, Chad, Carol, Chris, Cody, Eric, Garrett, G-Stacks87, Griggle788, Harry, Hercross, Boss, James, Jason, J. Mackle, Justin, Canto, Cody, Ken, Lynchbot, MD, Mike, M. Pitts, Pokénabot, Purple Pancakes, Ricky, Sam, Smeatwad, Todd, The Noise, and Woodwoe Wolf. Thank y'all so much for your support. We really appreciate it. But thank you to everyone for checking out the show. If you made it this far, we appreciate you so very much. You can email us, info@luredup.com. You can leave us a text or a voicemail, 732-835-8639. Check out luredup.com for everything going on at the network. Or at the show, PokemonProfessor.com for everything that's going on with the network. And Adam, if that's officially it, we can put a cork in it.
Let's put a cork in it.
Keep training trainers. Ultra Unlock 3 coming soon. We'll prep you for that. Ultra Unlock coming soon. We'll prep you for that next week. Thanks so much. See you then.